everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going through the new cream quad that was launched from Tom Ford. So this is called the Forbidden Pink palette, and this retails for $90. I went ahead and picked it up. I'm going to be doing a full review on it. Of course, I will be trying it on. I'm wearing it today on my eyes, and I will also be sharing swatches of this next to a ton of other products from not only Tom Ford, but other brands out on the market. So you guys can get an idea of the color story and if it's something that you really need to splurge on, because it is a $90 quad. So this is inspired by the Rose Prick. This collection presents essential shades of rose light textures, ornamented in a limited edition blush pink packaging with an exclusive cross-hatching design. They are creamy, long-wearing shadows that impeccably enhance eyes in one swipe, lightweight, buildable pigment that resist creasing, flaking, and fading. Now, I will say one of my favorites of the cream texture is the smoky quartz. This is the one that I've used the most. I love using this when I am using like a liquid eyeshadow, like a shimmering liquid eyeshadow, or I just like to throw this on the crease and be out the door. It is a very long wearing formula, but very simple, very easy. And when I saw they were launching this, I had to get my hands on it. Let's go ahead and jump into it, and I'll see you guys all in my final thoughts. Okay, let's go ahead and jump into this quad. So I've already kind of taken out the protector and the two little things. Let's go ahead and zoom in on it so you guys can see what it looks like. I'm going to take a crease brush and I'm going to go into this shade. By the way, they're all cream. So you can see where my finger kind of hit the pan. They're all cream. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the crease. Now I'm going to take the Smith 253 and I'm going to go into the shade. Place it on the lid. It's not my favorite color, to be honest. It's not my favorite. And it doesn't really spread very good. Like, it's kind of a coppery color. To me, I wouldn't call it pink. It's more of a copper, and it just doesn't go with the two matte shades. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over top of it with this shade. It's not even that the color's bad. It just doesn't apply very good. It feels kind of dry when you're applying it. Okay, so that shade's better. It's prettier. So I'm going to now go into the dark shade. I'm going to go back into that first matte on the top and kind of sweep it here in the crease, kind of try to bring it back a little bit. I'm going to take a small brush and take that matte and bring it here on the lower lash line. I'm going to go back into the dark matte and kind of deepen things up a little bit. I don't know. I don't know that I love that. I don't know, you guys. So I'm going to take a small pencil brush and go into the dark matte. And I'm just going to like smoke that into the lash line. It disappears quite quickly. So the more I kind of keep adding it, it's like I feel like these shades are disappearing. They're doing like the disappearing act. I'm going to go back into that first matte and try to bring it back into the crease. But it almost like loses its luster and then it just kind of goes away. I don't know. It's really interesting. I'm going to go off camera, do the other eye put some mascara on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I am back and I finished the other eye, put some mascara on. I have so much to say about this quad. Let's go ahead and jump into the swatches. I'm going to swatch this quad next to other products that I have in my collection that might be similar in color story, and then I will come back and we'll jump into my final thoughts. Okay, so I'm back. I just got done swatching. I do hope that those swatches were helpful. Let me go ahead and get into my final thoughts. I think this palette is a bust. Just gonna say it. I don't mind the matte shades. I think they blended beautifully. It's kind of that traditional cream formula from Tom Ford. So if you're familiar with that formula, you'll kind of know how these blend. They blend just like any of the other cream formulas. My biggest issue with this is that this shade just doesn't really go with the tones in this palette, and it's a bust of a shade. So it's not only the shade, but it just isn't that pretty. I mean, as I kept swatching it, I was like, what is so special about this shade? Kind of missed the mark on that. They could have put a shade in there that really made this palette special, and for $90, it's a complete pass on that shade. And here's the thing, if you guys are familiar with my channel, I've said this multiple times, when you pay $90 for only 4 shades, in my opinion, all 4 shades need to count, and they need to be pretty, and they need to have something special and unique to make it worth that kind of a splurge. And I just don't feel that from this palette. This is not worth the splurge. This is a palette I will never pick up. I would never use. Here's the thing. This shade right up here, in my opinion, is the prettiest of the 4 shades. It looks so beautiful there on the lid, and it was really easy to apply. I don't know why this had to be such a dud. Like, they did such a good job with this. I wish this shade was prettier, and not only the tone of it, but just the overall look of it. It doesn't really have anything super special. Not my favorite. This is a complete pass. Like, yeah, not worth $90. I would definitely pass on it if it was on your radar. There's so many great Tom Ford quads out there. There's a lot of great cream quads from Tom Ford, but that one is not one of them. So I do hope that this review was helpful. Sound off down below. Have any of you guys picked up this palette, and what was your experience? I'm really curious to hear how everybody feels about this. For me, I need all 4 shades to count, and this just fell short. And in order for me to justify that kind of a splurge on something, they all need to count and they all need to be pretty. And that shade is just kind of pulling me away, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. That's just my opinion, but I'm so curious to hear how everybody else feels about it. So definitely sound off down below. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me in today's video. I hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Love you. Bye.